We're getting new information this noon from leaders about the next steps in the effort to learn what led up to a deadly explosion at a Clifton business. WLKY News Chopper flying over the Givaudan Scents color plant on Payne Street. The blast happened nearly 24 hours ago. And this morning, we learned 2 people did not survive. Good afternoon to you. I'm Jennifer Bayless. My co-anchor Shaquille Lord is leading our coverage of this explosion from the scene in the Clifton neighborhood. Shaq?
Yeah, Jennifer, within the past 30 minutes, we've been able to get a lot closer to this facility where this explosion has taken place. And you can really see the debris, the magnitude of how strong it was. Some things are completely burnt to the crisp. Obviously, the roof of this facility caved down. We have power lines that are down. And one thing I do want to mention about the debris that's all over, obviously, we know it has traveled a good distance. Officials have said, try your best not to pick it up. That is going to be part of their investigation into terms of just how impactful this explosion was. Now, we know that Mayor Craig Greenberg, along with city leaders and first responders, they gave a press conference this morning. We did learn that 3 patients are currently in the hospital in stable condition. Obviously, a little bit earlier this morning, we learned that 2 people, unfortunately, have died as a result of this explosion. We also have learned National ATF, they're sending a team of investigators to help investigate what caused this explosion. Now, we have live team coverage for you. My colleague Sam Carter, he's not too far from where I'm at here in the Clifton area, taking a look at the damage done to homes and businesses. But we're going to start with our Alexis Matthews, who's live downtown. Alexis, you just got out of that press conference with city leaders and first responders. What have you learned?
Yeah, Shaq, today Louisville mourns the loss of the 2 people who died from Tuesday's explosion on Payne Street. And noticeably missing from this morning's press conference were representatives from Givaudan, but every city official who spoke sent condolences to those victims' families. And with many questions remaining about this tragedy, officials let the community know what happens next. Now, as for those other victims, 4 are stable at U of L Hospital, 3 of whom have been discharged. This morning, firefighters went door to door evacuating residents who live 1.5 blocks from where the plant blew up on Payne Street. Now, Louisville Fire is leading this investigation with help from, as you mentioned, federal ATF partners and a reconstruction team who will determine what caused this explosion. Now, officials confirm they do not believe the explosion is suspicious, but that information will all be a part of the ongoing investigation. But that means the scene on Payne Street will be controlled for the next several days. Now, during the press conference today, officials reflected on the collective agency response Tuesday afternoon, the hundreds of calls made to Metro Safe, and Louisville's fire chief also addressed the explosion turning deadly and how his team last night went back into the Givaudan plant and found a second victim. Take a listen.
And we got additional reports at about 7:30 or 8 o'clock last night that there may have been another person unaccounted for. So we sent some of our structural collapse technicians back in there to very carefully search through an area that was completely covered in rubble. We did find where that victim was. And at that point, again, trying to show dignity for the family and to make sure that we take care of everyone, we sent our people back in. It was about a 3.5-hour process to safely get into that area to get to that person and recover that victim.
This is an incredibly sad and tragic incident. These 2 individuals who have passed went to their job in an ordinary day to provide for their family when the unthinkable happened.
Now, officials did not give a timeline on how long this investigation will take, but Chief O'Neill says he expects it to be a difficult task, but he is confident that they will get answers. And as far as that investigation, officials are asking for impacted residents to help. If you live in the area surrounding the explosion and you have damage or debris, do not remove any of it. Officials say this will give them a better scope of the totality of this explosion for this investigation. And if you do have damage, if you have any questions, or if you need assistance from the American Red Cross, you can contact Metro Safe at 574-2117. Shaq, I'll send it back to you.
Alexis, thank you. And where we're at right now, just a few feet away from the facility, obviously debris is all over. It is all over in the trees as well. So you can only imagine the damage done to nearby businesses and homes. We're going to send it to our Sam Carter, who is live in the Clifton area. Sam, what are you seeing and what are folks telling you?
Well, a very different scene, Shaq, than it was even about an hour and a half ago, where this Quills Coffee, which earlier this morning was all cardboard and particle board, where there were windows, have now been replaced with brand new windows. But these were shattered. The windows that they're working on right now, you can see, these were shattered by the force of that explosion. It really is somewhat widespread. There aren't a lot of businesses affected, but if you go down about 3 blocks, there's a bodega with its window blown out and a gym with its window blown out. Now, we talked to the general manager of this Quills Coffee, who wasn't there at the time, but sets the scene of just what happened.
And 6 customers, but fortunately no one was right next to the window when it happened. It was jarring, and with the chemical threat, we just got everybody out of the building as soon as we could, but no one was hurt.
Now, the important thing here is just what he said, that nobody was hurt. This Quills here on Frankfort Avenue was closed today, but now that they have new glass up, they do plan to reopen tomorrow. On Frankfort Avenue, I'm Sam Carter. Let's go back to Shaq at the blast site.
And Sam, thank you for that. It's really surreal just seeing the damage up close as to what this explosion has caused here in the Clifton area. And again, as a reminder, officials are saying if there is debris nearby, please do not try and pick it up. Jennifer, there's going to be a lot of work done here to this area, not just talking about cleanup, but obviously what caused this explosion. And of course, we'll continue to stay here on the scene and bring you the very latest right here on WLKY. Reporting live in the Clifton area this morning, I'm Shaquille Lord. Jennifer, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Shaq. And again, we will keep you updated on any new developments during this newscast and online at WLKY.com throughout the day.